Morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. And I have my coffee, but because I'm not fully awake and invested in the morning just yet, yes, I picked up my coffee, but it's one of those places that give you the coffee and then you got to go put your own cream and sugar in, which I'm just not used to. And like I said, I'm not awake yet. So we are having black coffee with Maddog Merv. I mean, ooh, it's coffee. Ooh, it snaps the eyes open, that's for dang sure. Well, welcome everybody. Sorry for the noise, but I am just off of a fairly busy street here. Was looking for a little bit quieter place, but couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. So we're going to flip the camera around here and show you where I'm at. Good morning, Chris. Hey, this is a place you've been. Let's see here. All right, so we are coming to you live from Mesquite, Nevada. I am at the what's called the Virgin River Hotel and Casino, and beautiful view with the palm trees. But if we go over here, you can see the beautiful Red Rock Hills and the desert. It's just I don't know, it's a beautiful place. I like the desert, so this is a place I like to come to. I'll give you that little rundown here. Hey, Mark, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well up there. So I'll give you guys this view for a couple of minutes because my face is just too ugly at the moment. What am I doing in Mesquite, Nevada? Well, this last week, the last 2 weeks, I've had daughters who are very close to me. Couple of my younger daughters, they're in their 20s, and they had birthdays. One on one Wednesday and one on last Wednesday. So I try to do something for them both that's kind of fun. I do something individual for them, and then I try to do something together for them. So this year, decided this would be a good year to come down to St. George, Utah, which is 30 minutes from here, just over the border, and we were going to visit the graves of my mom, my dad's second wife, who is the person that these girls remember as their grandma. And Dad's been passed away now 8 years, and he actually we buried him 8 years ago on my daughter's birthday this last week. So everybody's thoughts are kind of with him and how much we miss him. He was 95 at the time. I mean, just wonderful guy, and left a wonderful legacy. So we decided to come down, go to his favorite Mexican restaurant, which is called Paula's, and it's pretty decent. It's a Tex-Mex place. It's a local place. It's been in business since '74, and we went there for lunch yesterday. On the way, we stopped at a place called Beaver. Now, you guys have heard me talk about Beaver before, and Chris and Mark, you guys know about Beaver, but you guys know about the creamery that's in Beaver. I did not know about that all my life. And sure enough, right off the freeway, you kind of got to get to it in a roundabout way, but there's a creamery. And it's the most popular place in town. There must have been a couple of hundred cars there when we stopped by yesterday. And you can get fresh cheese and cheese curds. Oh man, so delicious. They've got food you can get, ice cream, just a wonderful place. So for those of my friends who actually go through Beaver, Utah, look up the creamery when you go. Absolutely awesome place. So we went there. Yeah, it is pretty good Pretty good cheese. It's like the one, it's like Gosner's. I used to like to go to the one in Afton, Wyoming too, Mark. The old cheese factory there in Afton. I don't even know if it's open anymore. But anyway, so we came down to St. George. We had lunch. And then we went and bought some flowers, and we visited the grave sites. And it's in two different little towns down here. And went and visited the grave sites, cleaned them off. Went to, I showed the kids where Grandpa used to live many years ago down here. And then we went and visited, my daughter's fiance came with us, and we went to visit some of his family that's down here. And we had a wonderful, wonderful conversation because, of course, his aunt used to run a antique store down here in St. George. And so we had hours of good conversation. The poor kids were just bored to death because the adults were having a conversation, but it was great. Then we drove down here to Mesquite, and you'll like this one, Mark. So here at the Virgin River, I think it was like $27 for the buffet, and the line was out the flipping door. So no, we're not doing that. And we weren't that hungry because we'd eaten at Paula's earlier. So we decided to go ahead and hit the restaurant up. And the restaurant had a porterhouse steak. One of the specials was a porterhouse steak, potatoes and veggies and all that kind of fun stuff. But the steak wasn't bad. It wasn't overly thick, but it was still pretty good. It was $20. Prime rib, $22. All sorts of really good, affordable steak options. So that's what I had last night for dinner. It was pretty darn good. So anyway, this morning I thought I'd get up and yak to you guys for a little bit. Oh yeah, the price was you know me, man. I practically invented copper wire by pinching pennies together, the price was just right. Of course, down here you got a bunch of casinos, so we had some adult fun last night. Played some of the free play that they give you. They give you like $5 or $6 in free play. So I spent that and really didn't win anything. My daughter won a little bit, and then she wound up putting it back. But we had a good time down here. Today we're going to head back to Salt Lake. This was just kind of a little overnight trip, a little quick weekend trip. We're going to head back to Salt Lake. There's a little bakery in St. George, can't remember the name of it, we're going to stop at that has some absolutely amazing pastries, and then we're going to head back home. So there you go. That's where I am, and that's what I'm doing. So this last week on our channel, what did I do? Oh yeah, we had the general patent that project. So as I got into the engine, building that engine, I thought I really need the blower on this and not the tunnel ram. So I don't remember what I did with the original blower from the kit. Great. And of course I got a parts box just full of stuff, a bunch of resin stuff that I'd done, and that's the blower I put on it was a resin cast from a hot rod, and wired it up a bit. Ran into a couple of little problems as I was doing all of that, but got through it. It just took a bit of time. I went ahead and placed it in. Got to put the body on to make sure everything fit good, and it does. It fits good. Showed you guys how I do windows. There's a couple of different ways I do windows. Sometimes I'll use the Mod Podge, and that works good. I was in a little bit more of a hurry this time than just putting a window down and putting Mod Podge around it and let it dry for hours. I wanted to do it a little bit quicker, so I showed you guys how I do it with the ultra thin cement, and it works out really good for me. So we got it assembled to that point. Now there's just the final assembly left, and that won't take too long to have to finish it up. we'll probably do that show in another week because it's not done yet. I haven't worked on it this week at all. I had a lot of other things going on, and for time's sake, sorry guys, I've got a cold. The summer colds are awful. Anyway, we'll get it finished up. Hopefully this week I'll be able to get it finished, and then we'll do a video next week on it. So for the show tomorrow, I decided to do a tutorial on some bases that I was working on. And again, sorry for the traffic noise. Traffic is starting to pick up out here. The bass that I'm going to do, that I'm going to show you guys tomorrow, I got the inspiration from a movie called The Labyrinth. And those old guys will remember back in the 80s, David Bowie did this movie with the Muppets. Jim Henson did a great job with his characters as always. And Jennifer Connelly is in that movie. Now Jennifer Connelly, that name's familiar. Well, it should be. This was her as a young gal, but you've seen her more recently in Top Gun Maverick as the girlfriend. She's Penny Benjamin in the movie. Oh yeah, Labyrinth is a great movie. But Chris, have you ever noticed that as you're watching parts of the movie, the scenery and sometimes even the figures, the characters, will have sparkling, like little bits of glitter, and it's something very subtle that you pick up, very subtle, but I picked it up this time and I went, that's kind of cool. So as he's going through the labyrinth, they're over by the Bog of Stench. The Bog of Stench, which I have to model. That thing's so cool. Bog of Stench. Bog of Eternal Stench, that's it. Some of that area is kind of gray. I mean, it looks like stucco, but it's a dark gray. And you'll notice little flecks in it here and there. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Now, I've seen that effect before in other movies, but it never really dawned on me, but I've seen that effect before. So I looked it up, and sure enough, I got an answer. And the answer was the producer, to kind of make it look more like a fantasy situation. Anything that had to do with the fantasy, because it kind of does skip back and forth between some reality and fantasy, and then you've got real figures versus the fantasy figures. And the reality is just regular, like this. But the fantasy stuff has this little bit of glitter in it. And it helps to trick your mind into thinking, yeah, this is the fantasy part of the world. Pretty cool. And apparently what they used was just some ground up, not real fine, but they used some ground mylar for it. Okay, well that makes sense. And as I watched it a second time, I could see it wasn't everywhere. I mean, it wasn't really, how can I put it? It wasn't like oversaturated. It was just a little bit here, a little bit there, and it really subtly made that effect. And I thought, wow, I got to make a base for my minis like that. And then also this week, I had worked on, I wanted to make another fantasy base that was kind of a green earth type of color. So you go to a planet that, like here we've got red rocks, you've got, red rocks in the desert here, and you've got red dirt. This is a little bit lighter color, but you go a little bit further north, and it's really red. It's like Mars. In fact, some of the Mars rover and whatnot, some of the trainings that were done for all of that was done in southern Utah because of the climate being very similar and the look being very similar to Mars. So I thought I need something in a green color to contrast one of the figures that I had that was wearing red, and I thought, okay, let's try this green. So I learned how to make a green earthen base, if you will. It turned out good. It looks more like grass, unfortunately, because of the color I used. So I'm going to have to tweak that a little bit, and that's not going to be a part of tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show is going to be on those, what I call a labyrinth bases. And they're kind of a neutral because they're a dark gray. They're supposed to be very, very dark, like pavement, color gray. So they're supposed to be a very dark gray, and I'm trying to get that effect with the sparkliness. And so tomorrow you'll see how I do that, and how I kind of overdid it on some of the bases, and how I tried to fix that, and was able to actually make some that look pretty darn good. So that's tomorrow's show, and I know it really has to do with my Warhammer stuff, but I got thinking this is something that no matter what you do, if you model space stuff, if you model Chris, things like dinosaurs, dragons, things like that, and you want a diorama base or wall or something like that, this would be perfect for something like that. This would be really cool. So this isn't just for Warhammer. This is for use your imagination on what you could use it on. So it should be kind of a fun show for you. It's going to be a little bit longer, as my tutorials usually are, as I'm building something. So it's, like 15, 18 minutes, something like that. But stick with it. I think you'll like the results. So that's tomorrow's show. On the Adventures in 40K coming up, I've been doing a lot of work on minis, and I'm not sure yet what I'm going to show you guys, but I'll definitely bring you up to speed. I might even show you the green bases if I get those perfected. The nice thing about doing the bases is I can do start to finish without dry time. It's about 20 minutes worth of work. And so to be able to put together a show like that is quick and easy. Where something like finishing up that general pattern, the work that I've got left, I've probably got 6 to 8 hours work left just to put it all together. Probably 6 hours. Well, I didn't have 6 hours this week to spare, so that's why you guys are getting a base video tomorrow versus the general pattern finished up. So, and why was it busy this week? Well, okay, number one, school started here for all of the elementary kids. So my little Finley went back on Monday to preschool. The other kids that are there with me, they went on Tuesday. So it was a very busy time that way. And then getting into the new routine, getting homework done, pickups and drop-offs for, custodial or non-custodial parents to visit with, all that kind of fun stuff. It made for a very, very, very busy week. Did a little bit of work to work out in the doghouse because it's just too darn warm, even with that one air conditioner I have. So decided that would spend a little bit of time at the table downstairs and get some of that stuff done. So yeah, it's been a very, very busy week as usual, and I just didn't get as much modeling time as I really would have wanted done. Now, this week, let's see, this week we're going to do the Warhammer 40K. Last Thursday, we reviewed that Monza, that old Revell Monza wide body, which is pretty neat. I like the Monza body style no matter what, whether it's a wide body or not. The wide body came out in about 3 or 4 different iterations of that particular kit, and they're all really neat, I think. There was a Spider, a Monza Spider, that was really cool. Anyway, those kits are pretty much eBay only or collection only these days. And the one I got came out of a guy's collection. You can see the box was damaged and whatnot, but I paid $8 for it. I couldn't pass that up. That was part of that group I got with that GTX. I think did we look at the GTX? No, we haven't looked at that yet. But the GTS, the Dick Landy's, and there was a couple other things I got out of that collection. Again, $8 a piece. I couldn't pass it up. So that's the problem, is I keep running into these good deals. That was another thing this week. Ran across. I see this this metal 125th scale Shelby GT500 that somebody was selling on Marketplace. Well, at first the price, $20, and I'm like, well, that's a good deal for that particular model. However, it's not a great deal, but it's okay deal. I clicked on it, and it wasn't for one; it was for three. This guy also had a Dominic's Charger from Fast and Furious by Revell, or no, maybe that was the MPC kit. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Anyway, so there was that was unbuilt, completely unbuilt. And then there was a 66 Mustang, the old AMT kit from a million years ago. You've seen me build it before, but there was one of those in there. And it came with a bunch of extra goodies, like some extra fat tires. It came with some glue and some paint and some tools. And I'm like, score for $20, those three kits. Yeah, $80 worth of stuff, for 20, I'll take it. So I had to. I know. had to travel 30 minutes to pick it up, but hey, what can I say? I'm addicted. This week, let's see, this last week we did that. In a week from now, we'll be doing another review of one of the many kits I've picked up this month, because I didn't mean to, but I ran into a lot of deals, let's just put it that way. So I got plenty to review over the next little while. All right, so what else was I gonna share with you guys today? I'm trying to get my brain to wake up here. I didn't do a shout out, but I am now. I'm gonna do this shout out. So you guys have heard me talk about this guy before. It's not a channel. It's one of the greatest things that has happened because of this channel is you guys. It is. It's you guys. It's the coolest thing. I never expected that. Sorry, guys. I never expected to have interaction that I've had with people, and you guys in particular who follow me and keep me going through this. But a few individuals in particular that have become more than just the guys on YouTube that I connect with, but have become real friends. And Mark, you're one of them. You have done so much to help support me and this channel, and I'm so very grateful for all you do. So big shout out to you, and a big thank you. He still sends me pictures of some of the models he finds here and there at the thrift stores. It's awesome. So Chris in in Australia, we have correspond a couple times a week. He's a big Warhammer nut, like I'm getting to be, and he's very creative with how he mixes and matches stuff. And I'm like, wow, I just cherish these friendships. This channel has been so good to me. I've been so blessed. So, well, guys, I'm gonna let you go, but before I do, I'm gonna show you. Can't zoom in there. After that POS goes floating by, there's a really nice looking, like a 2000 Mustang convertible over there with some 5-spoke Shelby rims. Really nice looking. They have some great car shows down here from time to time. All right, folks, I'm going to go get the kids. We're going to go have some breakfast, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for a look at the bases. It's all about the base.